Hi everybody, Shenoah Grove here from Texas REIAs. Excited to be with all of you guys, both live as well as you guys who are online with us tonight to hear a little bit about investing in real estate here in Texas. So we like to say that we specialize in Texans, teaching Texans how to invest in Texas using strategies that work in Texas. So as we go through our presentation tonight, we're going to share a lot of the strategies that have allowed us to be successful no matter what the market has thrown at us. So what that looks like for us is we have not had to update our resume. For me, I have not updated my resume since 2003. And it's been a wonderful ride for me as a real estate investor, both in creating income for myself, creating wealth for myself, for our family, and also in living in some fantastic houses along the way. So some of you guys, as you're thinking about investing in real estate, you may be thinking about the flipping aspect or the wholesaling aspect or the cash flowing aspect, but you may not be thinking about, at least initially, hey, I might want to live here as I get going. We're going to teach you guys how to live in fantastic houses along the way as well, because that's another benefit that we've been able to realize when it comes to real estate investing specifically, especially with all the opportunities that exist here in Texas. So I want to welcome you all to the meeting. A little bit about Texas REIAs. We meet every Tuesday in all the major cities throughout Texas, so Austin, Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, as well as in San Antonio. Every Tuesday we do a market update, so we share with you what's going on in the major markets as well as a roll-up of what's going on here in Texas overall. And as we go through, we also make sure to answer some of the questions you guys might have when it comes to getting started as a real estate investor. We love to share what I call tribal knowledge to make sure that you're walking out of here with some different strategies that you can use in your own investing business. One of the things I always like to mention is that even though we have a YouTube show, even though we have a podcast, even though we're on Instagram, we are very specifically focused on investing here in Texas. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm a licensed realtor and broker here in Texas, license number 0518223. Don't sue me. You've been disclosed to, but I don't practice real estate from a real estate agent standpoint anymore, and I haven't in years. And the reason why do you think that is? I'm curious. I'll ask you guys to give me a little feedback on that. Investing is more lucrative. Thank you, Jessica. So, Jessica, thank you also for talking. So, would you mind if I ask you to if I could interview you just a little bit, to find out a little bit about what brought you here? Yes? All right. So that's perfect, because you see that microphone? You're so close to it. You can almost touch it. Yeah. Yeah, it's so close. Yeah. And I'm discouraging people. Fantastic. So I'm going to unmute this mic just to make sure. Will you test it just to get kind of close to it and talk into it?
Hello, hello, hello.
All right. So Jessica, tell us what brought you here. What are you looking to learn, and how can we help as part of Texas REIAs?
I'm a homeowner only, and I have never invested in investment properties.
We tested this on someone who was 6'4".
Yeah, I'm definitely
Jessica,
not that.
You're probably 5'4", but we'll make it
exactly
work.
Yeah, 5'4". Yeah, so I'd just like to learn how to start investing in properties. My brother's a realtor.
Okay,
so
and your brother's Brandon, is that right?
Brandon.
Okay, fantastic, yeah.
So he's been reading more about investments and teaching me some things about it, so I'm just looking to learn more.
Okay, well that's fantastic. So I'll tell you, I did my first deal with my mom. I did my second deal with my brother. Now after that, I booted both of them, and I do all my deals with my husband now. But my mom is in our business. My brother is our property manager, and property manages about 25 different properties for us right now. So it is a great business to do as part of a family. So how many of you guys are here with a child, or with a parent, or with a brother or sister? Okay, you guys. Okay, fantastic. So you're just getting started. You've got a realtor who is a brother, and is he telling you? I'm just curious. Brandon, have you suggested to Jessica you should go out and get your real estate license and be like me?
Nope.
Yeah, Brandon, why don't you stand up here with Jessica? Give her Jessica's trying to sit down. I'm not going to let her, but I'm going to help. I'm going to help her by having you stand up and join her. So
the plan is for me just to use him as a resource.
Okay. So Brandon, you did not tell her to go out and get her realtor's license. Is that correct?
No, I didn't.
Will you? Is anyone in here thinking maybe I should get my real estate license? It's okay. It's okay. One of you, two of you, and then the rest of you probably don't want to raise your hands. But just, Brandon, I'm just curious, why did you tell Jessica, like, hey, maybe you don't need to go down this route? I'm just curious.
Well, I was sharing information with her that I was learning, and I have my license, but I haven't been doing it consistently for a long time. My other job is I'm a cybersecurity engineer.
Okay.
And she's also gainfully employed, so
Okay.
I was using that information so that we could both kind of learn together. So that was kind of my reasoning.
Okay, so I was hoping you were going to say something like, and I'll ask you this question, Brendan, will you share with Jessica and everybody else who's here with us right now and watching online with us, what did you learn about real estate investing in realtor school?
Wow.
What did you say?
Well, I mean, in passive income.
I can't hear you. Hold on, guys. You just want to make sure we give them the mic real quick.
I mean, passive income is the way to go. So, I mean.
But what did you learn in realtor school about real estate investing? Okay, someone else is standing right behind you, and she's giving a 0. Will you kind of just put that 0? So yeah, so 0. So for those of you guys who are considering, I'll get to you in just two seconds. For those of you guys who are considering becoming a real estate investor, know that you're not going to learn a lot about real estate investing in realtor school. So that's something that's kind of a surprise to a lot of people as they're just getting started. And then I will say,
study for that stuff.
yeah, I mean, so you learn how to pass a test. You learn how to pass a test, and sometimes that's not going to get you ultimately where you want to go.
And a bunch of regulations.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. You're going to realtor school. Yeah, so you're going to real estate school, and you're only learning to pass a test. I'm getting you on camera now. So yeah, now you're on camera, so you can say that again. But that's what I found. That's what I found. That's what I've found as well. So I think it's important to share with people as they're thinking about getting started, as they're thinking about going to get their real estate license, that you're not going to learn a lot about investing. And some people would even say, I didn't learn a lot about real estate in general in realtor school. Okay, some of you guys would agree with that as well. So here's what I'll say. If you told me, Jessica or Brandon, if you told me even like a year or two ago, whenever you got licensed, hey, I want to be a licensed agent because I want to sell houses for my friends, I want to sell houses for my family, like I love selling houses, or I want to bring buyers around with me and I want to drive them around in my car and I want to show them houses and I want to write contracts for them, I want to help people find their dream home. If you told me that, then I would say, Brandon, Jessica, go be a realtor. But if you said the only reason why I'm getting my realtor license is to learn more about real estate investing or about real estate in general, then I'd say, oh, you're going to probably be a little bit disappointed. So that's one of the important kind of things that I want to share with you. And some of you guys are saying, well, wait a second. Didn't like just 5 seconds ago she say that she was also a realtor? So I got licensed way back in 2004 before I had someone like me saying, don't do that, right? It's not smart, right? There are so many licensed agents out there that you don't have to be licensed yourself. You can easily get a licensed agent. You guys want to know one of the fastest ways to find a licensed agent? Call an Uber. Okay, call an Uber. Because your Uber driver probably also has a real estate license. Has anybody? I'm serious. Has anybody been picked up and by a Uber person, an Uber driver, right? Who also has a real estate license. So what does that tell you their level of success as a realtor is? Probably not super high. But what that also tells you is there are a lot of realtors out there that are maybe underemployed as a realtor that might be able to help you in your investing business, right? So you don't have to be one, but it may be good to find another one. I can almost guarantee you that probably 1 in 7 Uber drivers also have their real estate license. I'm just saying, like literally, a lot of times when I've been picked up by an Uber, like I have an unusual name, Shenoah. So people get in the car and they kind of look at the thing and then they look back at me and then they look at the thing and they say, You're the real estate lady, aren't you? And I say, yes, I am. So, and they know because they're either a realtor or they're investing in real estate. So thank you guys for being willing to come up and talk to us on the screen here. And guys, as we are part of doing the meeting tonight, I'm going to share with you a couple other things just to make sure you know what's coming. And I'll also be playing a couple little commercials about the Real Estate Investor Association, specifically for those who are going to be joining us online only. So just want to make sure that you know that some of the folks are going to be joining us in person, some of the people are going to be joining us online. So you'll watch me play a couple of commercials. This is one of them. So just want to make sure that people know that as we are here tonight live and in person, and I'll do just kind of a screenshot of all of you guys as we're here tonight. We also have people that are live and online with us, and of course you guys are welcome to join us in person as well. And just want to have a little quick commercial play a little bit about the association.
Would you like to be a real estate investor in Texas? Come to one of our free local meetings to get access to free training, wholesale properties, capital, and power teams. Click on the link below to find a meeting near you and register for free.
Awesome. So one of the reasons why we do the Investor Association for free is because when we first started investing, our first Investor Association meeting was free-ish. There was only one small requirement, and it was that it was at a Mexican restaurant, so all of the investors that went had to order an entree from there. So it was about a $20 charge for us to have the room. But we've always thought that that was a great way to be able to bring people in, to be able to network with other real estate investors, and to be able to grow our knowledge and grow our business. The reason why we still do it today, almost 2 decades later, is because I'll tell you that I got my first deal as part of the Real Estate Investor Association, but I also got my last deal networking and meeting with other people as part of the Real Estate Investor Association. So this is a great opportunity to find other real estate investors. This is a great opportunity to grow your knowledge, a great opportunity to grow your network, and we'd love to be with you guys along that journey. Now, every meeting that we go through, we also share some of different items that we call tribal knowledge. So I've got some playing up on the screen, including some different information, not just about single-family real estate investing, but also about multifamily real estate investing. So when we first started, we were specifically investing in single-family, but as we started to grow our war chest, we started to move our investments into multifamily. And now, for us, we are asset class agnostic, so if there's an opportunity to make money on it, we don't necessarily care if it's commercial, apartments, single family, duplex, 3-plex, 4-plex. If there's an opportunity to make money, we do. And one of the things that we've learned and put together is a little bit of this slide right here, and I'll put it up on the screen, a little bit of a full view. And I'm going to give all of you guys that are here with us tonight an opportunity to get one of these things. It's almost impossible to read on the screen, but this is basically a summary of the 272 different things that we've learned since we started investing almost 2 decades ago. So we've broken it out into 6 different categories: marketing to be able to find deals, the different strategies that we use to be able to acquire deals, the sales and negotiation to be able to put a property under contract, the analysis and due diligence to make sure that we know that we actually have a deal, the financing of that deal, as well as the operations side of the business. So how to go from swinging your own hammer in your business to being able to hire someone to swing that hammer for you. So I am curious, is there anyone in the room who's thinking, I want to be a real estate investor because I want to build stuff, or I want to rip stuff down, and I want to anyone? You are. Joe. Yes? Joe, Jennifer's looking at Joe and saying, you are? So I'm going to see if I can get a little audience view over here. I want to see if I can get, I'll point out when Jennifer and Joe are on here. Now I think we got to go to the other side. Give us a second, I'll get to the other side. Oh, but you may be you may be too close to the front for me to get all of you. But Jennifer, that's okay, because I'm going to pull you up to the mic right here, and we're just going to have a little chat. It's okay. Everybody wants to hear about you. Yes? Yes to Joe and Jennifer? Yes, to Joe and Jennifer. May I invite you to chat with us a little bit? This is all him. Okay, I'm going to bring that up in a second. Joe, can I get you to like come over to the mic, and then we'll ask you just a few questions. Thank you guys for playing full out with us. Thank you guys for allowing us to have a little bit of fun and also to be able to help you along the way. And here's what I love. So Joe, you said that your goal right now is to, or not your goal, but one of the things that you were interested in. Let me see if I can get the audio. Let me see if I can get this screen up. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Almost around to you, and there we are. So Joe, you said you like to tear some stuff up. You like to do some of the renovation yourself.
Yes.
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 So does Joe look incredibly capable of doing that? Yes. Look at Joe. The answer
I'm
is
Joe.
yes. Joe there is something about Joe. He has that look about him, does he not? So, but Jennifer, are you guys married? Yeah. Okay. So ladies, I'm sorry, Joe is no longer available to either date you, marry you, or work on your house. And right now, contractors are more in demand than ever. So Jennifer, you're lucky. You married one. That's fantastic. Now, here's the thing, Joe. You look super handy. I think that's gonna work out in your favor. But my fear for you, Joe, is what? What do you guys think my fear for Joe is? He's going to be overused. What did you say, ma'am? He's not going to have time. What is that? Where are you going with that? I can't read your name tag, so tell me what your name is.
Yeah, the goal is to flip a house in a certain amount of time.
So the goal is to me, the goal is to make money, right? So I want to do the things that make me the most money. So, and I have done everything inside of a house. I've done everything inside of a house. Like I've done sheetrock, I've been on roofs, I've done it all. But what's the problem when you're doing it all? And you guys said it best. So will you say that a little louder? He's working harder but not smarter. But you guys, you can typically only do one at a time. You can only be one place at a time. So what I find is a lot of people who are doing it themselves, their projects typically take twice as long, okay? Because you think that, oh, well, I'm gonna do it myself, so it's gonna go a little faster. And you think that I'm gonna do it myself and it's gonna be cheaper. Yeah, what you win once you win in reduced expenses, you pay an increased holding cost.
Yes.
Holding costs include your cost of capital, right? So if it's a hard money loan, you're going to be paying a little bit more for that because it's going to take you a little bit longer. You're going to be paying a little bit more in property taxes. You're going to be paying a little bit more in insurance. You're going to be paying a little bit more in utilities, HOA fees, and whatever else comes up, right?
Yes,
occasionally, and some of you guys probably won't forget, it is in my mind for probably a long time, if not forever, the snowstorm, right, that we had last February, right? It's sometimes things happen in houses that are vacant that really hurt people, especially ones that like you can't even drive over there to turn the water off or drain the lines to make sure that you don't have a major plumbing mess, which was kind of new to us here in Texas. I know we've got some people here tonight from a little bit further north who understand how to protect their properties when stuff like that happens. Well, here in Texas, we didn't get that memo, right? It's like we know how to air condition the house, and we've got that down really well, right? So Joe, here's something else that Jennifer said. So Jennifer said, Joe, it's all you. I'm not going to come up here. Okay. So I always know like the person who got drugged here, not the person who got drugged, but the person who got, because so I can't tell the two of you. You guys are both have the international symbol of someone made me come here tonight. Jennifer, you had that. You want to practice for everybody? You want to show? Yeah, this is the international symbol of I don't want to be here. I'm here for Joe. And Joe, this better be good. And I don't want to be on camera either. So that's the international symbol.
I'm about to buy her dinner.
You're about to buy her dinner. That's
After.
bribes work. Bribes work in real estate. Bribes work in marriage. That's fantastic. But I will tell you, you do have to have someone who is in support of the things that you are trying to do.
Yes.
You want me to tell you how to get Jennifer to support you?
Make money.
What'd you say, Joe?
Make money.
It's very simple. It's very simple. It's bring home a paycheck, right? So sometimes it's like, Joe, you're crazy. What are you doing? I know of all these people who lost money in real estate. And it's like, and then you bring home with a check and it has a comma in it and it has a couple digits to the left of the comma. And all of a sudden, Joe, you're a genius. And Joe, where are we going for dinner again tonight? Because that's what you said, we were going to go to dinner, right? And so it will change. But Joe, I brought you up here because of the way you answered the question. You want to do some of these things yourself. So the owner of a business is typically its largest limiting factor, right?
Yes.
And the psychology of that owner is typically the largest limiting factor of that business. And I will tell you guys, I want all of you to be incredibly successful. And I don't want any of you guys to make mistakes. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of new investors make who love the idea of being handy is they handy themselves out of making money. I'd much rather see you make money as a real estate investor than I would rather see you be handy. And I've seen a lot of people who have said, like, I'm going to do it myself, I'm going to save all this money, and they end up giving all of that back in terms of time, right? So I would just consider that. And most investors that come to the Real Estate Investor Association after they've been investing for a while and are not at the level that they want to be, it's because of one reason. What is that one reason? It's because of one person. Who's that one person? It's themselves. They're holding their own selves back because they have different beliefs about what they should be doing, and sometimes that's not associated with the most profitable way to do business. So I would encourage you, Joe, and for all of the other Joes and Joettes that are out there, right? The faster you let go of the things that are what I would call minimum wage activities, the faster you'll be able to grow and scale your business. Because what you'll find is you'll make more money if you're on the phone talking to the next owner than you're going to make trying to save money doing some of these things yourself. So that's my coaching for you tonight, if you're willing and open to accept it.
Thank you.
And Jennifer, what that means for you is instead of going out to one dinner because you can only do one project every single year, that means you get to go out to 2 or 3 dinners. So if you guys will toast me when you get there, I would be honored. So thank you, Joe.
Thank
and
you.
a round of applause for
Thank
Joe
you.
for being courageous enough to pop up here. So guys, one of the cool things that we've done as part of Texas REIAs is we've created a show. So how many of you guys have watched some of the different HGTV shows that are out there, right? Most of them focus on this idea of, they focus on the house and they focus on the transformation for the house. What we have done as part of Texas REIAs, as part of Houses Flipping People, is we focus more on the transition of the person. So where they were before in corporate America, right? What they were doing before, how they enjoyed or not enjoyed their life before, right? What life looked like them before they started investing in real estate, and what life looked for them after. So I often say that it's my role as founder and leader of Texas REIAs that I help people quit jobs that they hate so they can do things that they love, and it feels amazing, right? And part of that is getting into this field of investing in real estate and understanding how that can not just transform a house, but really transform someone as a person. And I would invite all of you guys to join us and watch our YouTube channel. It is very specifically focused in real estate investors that are in Texas, working on properties that are in Texas, and doing all the things that we do here, right? So that is our niche, that is our focus. And I'll tell you that every single person that we have filmed as part of Houses Flipping People is someone who initially joined the Real Estate Investor Association. And I'll share with you a little bit about it now.
Houses Flipping People is sponsored by Texas REIAs, the largest network of real estate investor associations in Texas. If you have even the slightest interest in investing in real estate, come to one of our local free meetings to learn how. Click on the link below.
Awesome. So one of the things that we love to do as part of Texas REIAs is just share knowledge. So and also spend a little bit of time getting to know you guys. So what that looks like for us is trying to figure out some of the different things that are on your mind. So I'll ask you guys, Troy and I said that I was going to tap you because you're one of the first people here. Would you come over to the mic and kind of introduce yourself and tell us what you do in real estate? All right, so Troy's like, I thought she forgot about me, but no, I didn't. And Troy is, we're gonna get this mic set up for you so it's perfect. Yeah, so Troy, you're 6'2"? 6'3".
Just about, with shoes on.
Yeah, with shoes on. All right, so Troy, what brings you here? What are you looking to learn? How can we help?
What I'm looking, I guess, to learn is how to close deals.
How to close deals.
Building teams.
Build teams.
Yeah, and making money.
And making money.
Yeah.
I like that. What advice do we have for Troy, who wants to close deals, who wants to build a team, who wants to make a little money in real estate investing? Hustle. Good. I like that. Yeah. What else? Network. Good. Yeah. What else? Troy, are you watching? Are you in university right now?
No.
No.
I graduated 2017.
Graduated 2017.
Yeah.
Are you in YouTube University right now?
I'm not.
You're not. You are. Yes. So let's see if I can get this right. No, are you hidden? You're kind of hidden, like you're in the one spot that's like I can't get you on my camera, but you can scoot over a little bit there. Yeah, yes. So you're in YouTube University. Thank you. Yes. So only one person is impressed by your chair move. So I want to get to you. I want to get to YouTube University. But Troy, so my advice to you is this. You're out at a real estate investor association. I think that's fantastic. We're going to teach you guys, all of you guys, a lot about some of the different strategies that we've been able to use over the almost 2 decades that we've been investing in real estate. So for me, I have not updated my resume since 2003. And then some of you guys are in technology, right? So my resume is in some version of DOS that even the techiest of the techie people that are in this room could not resurrect it, nor would I want you to, because I love what I do as a real estate investor, and I don't ever want to have to go back to work for anybody else. So as part of the meeting, and every meeting we share some of the different things that have allowed us to not have to go back to work for someone else, right? So we're going to give you some of those things that might be what I'll call gaps in your knowledge tonight, right? So the idea is to fill in some of those gaps so you know some of the next steps to take. And as part of that, you saw the blueprint that we had up there a few moments ago. Right. We're going to be sharing that blueprint. We brought some of the posters, and they're actually 3 feet by 2 feet. So we're going to be sharing some of that with you guys. And for those of you guys who are my left brain, engineer, analytical types, you guys will love it because it'll go through all the different things that you need to be aware of that can either be wonderful opportunities for you or the things that can punch you in the face as a real estate investor. So want to make sure that we cover all of those bases. And some of the other cool stuff that we get to do as part of Texas REIAs is we train you guys how to do it and how to do it right here in Texas. And then when it comes to sales and negotiation, do you have any experience in just doing that in your regular full-time job?
Yes, I'm actually a contractor, so
you're a contractor.
I specialize in interior finishes and build outs.
Are you married,
locally.
Troy?
I'm not.
Okay, ladies, I'm just saying, like the right people are finding contractors. Like I'm gonna have you marry someone here, so like you don't. That is a thing. I'm just saying, like you're a hot commodity. I'm just saying, Troy. But so that's your specialty. That's awesome. I think the world of real estate, specifically when it comes to negotiating, is very different today than it was when I first started. Right. Just about everything is done via text. And I'll ask you guys, I'll share some of my favorite books on sales and negotiation. I'll ask, do you guys have some that you might want to share with Troy as he's trying to add this to his repertoire as well? What are some of your favorite books on sales and negotiations? Selling Ninja. What was yours? Never Split the Difference. Chris Voss, former FBI terrorist and hostage negotiator. Right. Troy, you may be saying, what does terrorist and hostage negotiating have to do with real estate investing?
I've read that, yeah.
If any of you guys are thinking, what does terrorist and hostage negotiation have to do with real estate investing, then I will tell you that it's very clear to me that you've never negotiated with a motivated seller, right? Because sometimes it does feel like you are in a terrorist and hostage negotiation. So what I love about the Chris Voss strategies is he exhibits something, he teaches something called tactical empathy, right? Tactical empathy. There's really kind of, it's a lot of mirroring, it's a lot of labeling, it's summarizing. It's something, another strategy he calls no-oriented questions, so they don't feel like they're being put into a yes corner. One of my favorite ones is something that happens so often right now. What do you say to a seller who just ghosted you, who's ghosted you and who's not calling you back? What do you say to that seller to get them back online? What do you say? I'm looking at my never split the difference people.
Have you given up on?
Have you given up on the idea of selling your house? Have you given up on the idea of stopping your property from going to foreclosure? It seems like I've said something to offend you. Have you said something to offend them? No. Guys, remember this. The human urge, the human desire to correct someone is irresistible. So if you put out, it seems like I've done something to offend you, even though you have not done anything to offend anyone, they're going to go from ghosting to doing what? Correcting you, which brings them back what? To the table to talk to you. So you guys need to understand some of these Chris Voss strategies that will bring a seller back to the table. You also need to understand some of the Chris Voss strategies. I know some of you guys in here are experienced real estate investors, yes? And some of you guys are realtors. When you have to go back to the table to renegotiate a price after you've figured out that your ARV, your after repair value, what the property is going to sell for when you're done, is higher than what you originally thought, or you figured out that your repairs are much more than you originally thought, what's the Chris Voss strategy that we use to be able to pull that back in to make sure that we are able to still get that deal when it comes to working with the seller? What's that strategy? What's it called? It's called an accusation audit. An accusation audit. What is that? You're probably thinking, I'm just like all the other investors out there. You're probably thinking that I was going to try and renegotiate this contract the entire time. You're probably thinking that I never had any intention of closing. You're probably thinking that, and you keep going and going and going until when? When do you stop an accusation audit? At the point that they say what to you? No, Troy, I don't think you're like all those others. I don't think you're like that. I don't think you're that guy. Why do we do the accusation audit? To clear the air of everything that's going on in their mind that's going to cause them to say no to you, right? And then how do we transition from an accusation audit to getting that property going, to getting that offer in front of them? What are the words we say? Are you against me making a new offer to you? It's a no-oriented question. You're not backing them into a yes corner. And then what do you say? You wait for them to answer. No, Troy, give it to me. And then you say this. This is going to break your heart. Long, dramatic pause. What are they thinking in their mind? Oh, shit. This is really going to be ugly in here. That way, when you transition to your offer, they've already mentally processed it in their head, so they are approaching you in a much more open manner. Is this helpful? Is that helpful? I probably sold about 100 Chris Voss books, and I will tell you that to investors that are part of this association, I've probably given away hundreds of Chris Voss books. That is probably one of the it's ninja level amazing stuff. So Troy, I'd love to see you transition and start making money as an investor, not just as a contractor. So thank you to Troy, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me just change screens, guys. And for those of you guys who have joined us online,